Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Victim Shaming Articles. So Foodie was raging earlier today. She had a bit of a rager. She had herself a little online temper tantrum, and so she spent this live stream pretty much raging through the whole thing. Now, for those of you that are on my channel, you know that as far as being a reactor, we reactors look for the rage streams because those are pretty much the only time she's not completely intoxicated on edibles and whatnot. And she's actually saying something that we can understand. So we're having a little rage stream. So I wanted to give my thoughts on it. So let me go ahead and just share the screen so you guys can see what I see. And there's Foodie. So yeah, she's mad today because she is angry. There was an article written by Mandy Stadmiller. Here is her Twitter at Mandy Stat, and she made a tweet saying, "Dear Susan at Team YouTube, the YouTuber Nader El Shami can be seen physically abusing a woman, taking out his penis, and receiving a HJ on your platform. Yet his channel is still up. I've reached out to him for comments. If you have comment, please let me know by 5 Eastern today." So Mandy was writing her article, and she was reaching out to different sources, and some people reached back to her and some people didn't. Just for the record, Mandy did reach out to Foodie Beauty, and Foodie Beauty never reached back. So she went ahead and did her article, and Foodie is raging about it and was just saying horrible things about Mandy. So let's go back over here to Foodie. So that was just to let you guys know what she is mad at, who Mandy is, and what Mandy did. Mandy has written for the Washington Post. She is a journalist. And in my personal opinion, I think that Foodie is angry. And I know that's a no shit moment. Like, yeah, of course she's angry. But I think she's angry not just because of the article that was written. In my honest opinion, I think that she's angry because once upon a time she could play her little game on YouTube. And she was playing a game on YouTube, and she was doing it with the audience. You know, she had a fun little game of coming on YouTube, manipulating and lying to her audience, lying her way into people's pockets and getting their money out. And so much has happened. This whole thing with Nader and Chantal has blown completely up, and she's lost control of the narrative. She's lost control, and narcissists hate to lose control. So she started out on YouTube, and she was playing her game, doing her lies, doing her manipulating, lying her way through her content, and she thought she had control of the entire narrative. She thought she was controlling the game, and she's lost control of it because this thing has gotten bigger than YouTube. There have been articles written by another individual. I forget the exact person who wrote the article. There was another article written about YouTube in the Rolling Stone. And now this person, Mandy, has written an article also. In my time being on YouTube, I've never seen something grow to this magnitude. And it has to do with the actions of Foodie and Nader, and also by the fact that YouTube, even though it's their platform and they tell us all to abide by the terms of service, clearly the terms of service rules do not apply to everyone. That for whatever reason, certain people are under the protected umbrella while other people aren't. Despite all the many things that Nader and Chantal have done on YouTube, for some reason, YouTube just won't punish them the way they should punish them. They're not applying the same punishments to them as they would to other people. So this thing on YouTube with Nader and Chantal, with the abuse of the platform, it is reaching outside media sources, and people are looking at it and commenting on it. And because of that, Foodie has lost control of the narrative. And that's what's pissing her off. The fact that she can't control the narrative anymore. That those people who are writing about what's going on YouTube, she doesn't have control or influence over them. They're free to say what they want. And she knows she can't control other people like that. So she's mad. She's just straight up mad. So she's going to be mad in her live stream and she's going to tell us all about it. So let's get through this and do this together.
Was in an abusive relationship with this fucker, and that's how he was introduced to the internet. From him abusing me, from me going on live streams, being in this abusive relationship with him. And part of that is taking him back over and over. Like what you're basically saying, they're saying things that aren't even true in the article. Number one, you're basically saying this fucking guy would not have an online presence unless it were for me.
Yeah, but what's untrue about that? What is untrue about that? It is true that anybody can come on YouTube and make a channel, Foodie. You are correct saying that. But, and this is a really big but, Foodie, he didn't know how. He didn't know his way around YouTube. He didn't know how to set up a channel. And you didn't show him how to do it. We never saw Natter come online and say, Foodie Beauty taught me how to set up a channel. She showed me the ins and outs, and therefore I did it myself. No. Many times we heard you say, I did it all. I set up the channel. Yes, I did. I set it up for him. I got the PIN number when really it should have been sent to him if it was his channel. You set up everything. You did all the videos. You did all the live streams. You did the thumbnails. You did all that when you could have showed him how to do that. But you weren't interested in teaching him what to do for his channel because you wanted to make him dependent on you so that he could never get rid of you out of his life. He would always need you there for something. And the more he needed you, the more that would guarantee that you would be able to be around him. That's why you never showed him. You create a system of codependency with the men in your life because you like to have control over the men in your life. Isn't that true? Yes, it is true. You're not about finding men that are independent to be around or fostering a guy to be independent away from you. You want them completely dependent on you because you're a control freak. So yeah, anybody can make a channel on YouTube, anybody. But the point is, you brought him here. You introduced him to YouTube. You did that.
Like, what does that even have to do with anything? What does that even have to do with anything? No, I'm being attacked in the article. And number two, I do things that break terms of service, like
You do.
doing drugs. Number one, it's not against terms of service to do legal marijuana on your streams. So fucking learn something. Go back to journalism fucking class where you got your degree online.
Hey, Foodie, look, you can sit there and do your green on camera. But the moment you do your green on camera, what should happen? Come on, you're a YouTuber. What should happen? What should happen is you got to age restrict the stream. And you never do you? You want full monetization. If you are sitting there doing the green on camera, which you frequently do, what's supposed to happen? Age restricted content, which means limited ads, which means less income. And you're not about that life. You want full income, full ads. So you get on camera and you smoke your whatever, you smoke out of your bong. Do you age restrict that content? Of course you don't. You want all the money from it. So by not age restricting it, you are breaking terms of service. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure anyone can write a fucking article. I'm gonna go write a fucking article too.
Do it.
And get it published. You can self-publish anything you want online.
Do it. I want to see
free
you try.
on her site. It's free. It's a free article. Anyway, YouTuber who's more attractive than 90%. So no, but they're fucking ignoring like important things. Like they just focus on like number two. No, I never did fucking cocaine. I don't do cocaine. They're basically saying Foodie Beauty continues to break violations of terms of service. Really? Where? Smoking weed, not against terms of service. Okay? And I don't do cocaine on fucking camera, you dumb idiot.
Okay. So first Foodie said, I never did the cola. That's a lie in itself. That is such a lie, because there was one stream that she did where she came on camera and she confessed to doing $3,000 worth of cola. So you never did it, Foodie? Are you forgetting about that live stream when you came on camera on your live stream and said, yeah, I did about $3,000 worth of cola? You did that. And remember what I said, you guys, about semantics. With Foodie, it's all about semantics. It's about the fine print. So here she is saying, I never did cola on camera. There is the semantics right there. She can sit there and say, I never did it on camera. So, okay, you never did it on camera. It doesn't mean you never did it. It doesn't mean you're not doing it. It just means you're not doing it on camera. So there is the slippery, slidey corner right there. She can say, I never did it on camera and be telling the truth, but it doesn't mean she hasn't done it or she's not doing it. Semantics. All about semantics with her, the fine print.
That's breaking terms of service, calling you an idiot. But actually, it's the truth, so it's not. You're an idiot, just like Repsion. I don't care how much fucking subscribers you have. Lambo, hi. Thank you. You're an idiot just like the leprechaun. God, what's with the fucking victim shaming? Are you serious? How can you blame me for platforming an abuser when he wasn't even a fucking abuser in my life yet? You idiots.
Foodie, the third day that you saw Natter, he flicked a cigarette at you. And he didn't have a channel until months later. So you're trying to tell me and my audience over here that in all that time after the third date that he flicked a cigarette at you would have been a red flag for me. But in all that time before his channel even got created, he never did anything. He didn't. Another lie.
Chip, I'm gonna block you if you don't apologize for that fucking bullshit comment. You know I don't do cocaine. And if you don't, you have no business being here. I'm tired of it. Hi, Lambo. How was your birthday steak with ketchup? I'm kidding. Hi, Sam. It's such fucking bullshit. Are you serious? Like, how? Like, what? Here. Do you want me to put it in fucking layman's terms? How about this? Hi, J-Boy. How about this? How about this? All victim shamers belong in fucking hell with the abuser. Thank you.
Well, then I guess you'd be right there with all those victim shamers because you've shamed victims. Dee Dee might have gone through abuse and you shamed her. You've shamed May. So you're saying that all victim shamers belong in hell? You better reserve your spot, Foodie.
You're not any better than fucking Nader El Shami. Hi, Sam. So, I meet Nader on a fucking dating platform. After having been in a relationships, very docile relationships, with very normal individuals for fucking 14 years. So I meet someone like Nader, someone I've never met before.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean? Been in a relationship with somebody for 14 years? You were never with BB for 14 years. What do you mean? I heard it was 5.
Red flags, didn't see him. Just like every abusive person. Every woman who's abused goes through these things, all right? So when I talk about me, I talk about this being very fucking typical. You assholes. All right? Thank you.
You know, Foodie, you know what I hate? I hate you trying to compare yourself to other people that have been through DV because your situation was different. It was very different. Most people who are in DV situations, they live with their abuser. They might have children with their abuser. They might be in a situation where they're stuck. They have nowhere to go. They have no one to go to. They have no money to leave. They might feel that if they try to leave, that the abuser is going to track them down and do serious harm to them. In a lot of DV situations where the person who's being abused goes back, it's because they feel stuck. They feel helpless. They feel weak. They have nowhere to go, no money, no resources, no safe space. You can't say that. You can't claim that. Every single time that you were around Natter, it was by choice. You had your own home to go to. You had your own car to take you where you wanted to go. Natter doesn't even have a car. So you didn't have to worry about him coming to see you. Your situation is not like a lot of other situations. You literally made the choice to be around him.
So, do I have to go by play for the next 5 hours and go through the entire thing for you so you get it, or what? You are blaming somebody for Natter being on YouTube. Somebody you have no business blaming. Plain and simple.
I blame you because you brought him here. I blame you because you brought him here. You did that. You brought him to this platform. You introduced him to it. Knowing what he was, knowing what he did, you did that. Knowing that he's sitting there talking to other women while he's talking to you. Knowing that if this man is abusive, you brought him to this platform where he would be exposed to other women. I'm pretty sure that before his channel got created, you had an inkling of what he was like. I mean, how many weekends did you spend over at the trap house? Remember you saying you talked for hours and you got to know him and you didn't pick up that he was abusive, that he was a womanizer, that he was a grifter and a scammer? You didn't see him talking to other chicks on his phone? You knew all that, and you still made him a channel.
You are blaming somebody who was abused by Natter over and over and over.
And you know what's funny about this abuse, Foodie? You know what I find really interesting about your abuse? I remember you going off to see Natter and you coming home with bruises on your arms and your chest. And you were so proud of those bruises. You were so proud, saying, look at this. Look, I got bruises from the rough sex. It wasn't abuse then. At the time, you were saying, I just got these bruises from rough sex. You were so incredibly proud to show off the evidence of the rough sex. And that rough sex suspiciously became abuse when you got mad at Natter. So what are you trying to say, Foodie? That you guys started off in a place where you were having rough sex and it was so pleasing that you actually bragged about it and then it suddenly became abusive? No, I don't think he ever abused you. I think you would just like to flip-flop different terms to get back at him when you want to get back at him and manipulate your audience to whatever side you feel like standing on at the moment. That's what I think.
For him being on YouTube. This idiot would have made a channel regardless, and he did make his own channel. I was sitting beside him. Big deal. And occasionally went, yep. That's not helping him make a channel. Actually, anytime I came on to talk about him, it was really bad, which is why he fucking hates me. So which one is it? Again, stop fucking trying to victim shame and make shit up that isn't true. Thank you. Eat an apple in bed. Come here, Sam. You're not going outside, but you will be soon. Where did he go? I don't know where he is. Dan, Oh. Where is he? There's he. I'm tired of it. Smoking weed is not a team's terms of service. She does drugs. Shut up, Mandy, you anti-drug asshole. Maybe you need some drugs. Fuck, I hate people who are anti-drugs. You know what? Yeah, so what? I do drugs. They're fucking legal. Come for me, bitch. This is Canada. Come for me. Come for Canadians and their weed. We see how far that gets you. God. I don't know. I hate anti-drugs people. Do you feel dehumanized? No, I don't. Yeah, I found an online clinic and then I sign up for it, put my health card information, and they tell me that the queue's too long. Wow, what an enlightening woman. Sarah Jane, oh God. This is the problem. Everybody thinks that everybody has them. Everyone wants to hear what they have to say. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. What you have to say, nobody cares.
So, question, Foodie, tell me, since you have a big channel and since you seem to be on a kick to where you think you can determine who's got a right to say something and who doesn't, what exactly are you bringing to YouTube? Like, you get on your channel, what exactly is it that you have to say that we need to listen to? I'm just curious. Like, you get on your YouTube channel and you babble about bullshit, talking about food, talking about your cats, talking about natter. Like, what important thing do you have to say that we must listen to? Like, it's so worthwhile with listening to. I just want to know. Since you seem to think of yourself the authority of who can make a channel and who can speak up and who can have a voice and who can air their opinions, what it is about you and your content that makes you the authority of other people's opinions and feelings, and who is important and who isn't.
Including me while you're on my channel, so I guess you do. Mandy is Monty. Oh my God. Bad mood beezing. Because I shouldn't have to defend myself against shit like this. It's so stupid. I need to go to the news and be like, I can't believe people handle this shit like this. Mandy needs some drags. Like, that's insane. Insane. They don't even, she doesn't even, does she even talk in the article about how I was abused by him at all? So, like, just because I'm hated and just because I wanted him back more than other people, I wasn't abused by him. Even though this fucking bitch witnessed him say he wanted to tear out someone's throat. So you're telling me that the first time he's acted like that was with Dee Dee, right, Mandy, you dumb asshole? Right? I don't think people should be writing articles about my personal fucking abuse story. That's what I have a problem with.
You know, in my experience with people, when you got someone like, say, Chantal, in order to deflect away from how wrong they are, to keep from people calling them out about how wrong they are, they get louder. You know, they start yelling and screaming and getting louder. Getting louder, Chantal, does not mean you're in the right. It just means you're getting excessively loud. You can make a point without getting loud. You know, you can make a point and talk in a normal tone of voice. As a matter of fact, if you talk in a normal tone of voice, it shows that you're talking from a place of sense rather than emotion. I just want to put that out there to you.
I'm the only one who should be writing about that story. So fucking FFG making a fucking channel talking about it for a fucking year like the bitch she is had no business doing that either. Thank you.
You know, this is Chantal yelling and screaming and raging because she was playing a little game with YouTube, playing with the audience, and she was having fun, getting the attention, making the money, controlling the narrative, telling the lies, controlling that narrative. And she's angry because she's lost control of the narrative because there are people talking on different forms that are not YouTube, and she can't control those people nor the forms. When outside media, such as magazines or newspapers, when they start taking notice and writing articles, she can't control that narrative. She can't control those people. She can't throw a copyright strike at those people. So she's mad. She's mad that outside of YouTube, she can't control the narrative. She can't sue those people. She can't do anything. She's mad. And speaking of Natter and Dee Dee, they've been MIA for a minute, haven't they? I think it's because they're based, in my opinion, I think they're formulating a plan of how to come back from all the outside media press. That's what I think. I think that Dee Dee and Natter are sitting down trying to figure out a way to put a spin on this that benefits them. That's why they've been missing, because they're under pressure and trying to figure out a way to successfully handle it. So they've gone dark and they've gone quiet to try to figure things out.
It doesn't matter, Meg. It doesn't matter if Paper Clips was before his channel. I was in an abusive relationship with him. The fuck? Like, I'm getting blamed for him being an abuser, for him being on YouTube. It's fucking stupid.
I blame you.
So there. Because I want to yell.
Well, yelling doesn't make you more right. And maybe you're yelling and screaming so that everybody forgets about the fact that you bought him groceries just a few days ago. He popped up with a whole bunch of new groceries. And isn't it funny, right about the same time, your TV disappears. But he popped up with like, what, $300 or $400 worth of new groceries before payday? And I can only think of one person around him that has that kind of money to get those groceries, and that's you. So you're yelling and screaming over here. Oh, I was in an abusive relationship. He was an abusive person. To deflect away from the fact that you just bought your abuser groceries. And before that, you were texting him, Melissa Cook. You were texting your abuser. And then you bought him groceries. Huh. So you can yell and scream all you want, Chantal. You can be as loud as you want to be. But your actions and your words don't match. You're yelling and screaming about the abuse over on the left, but then buying him groceries and contacting him repeatedly over on the right. So you keep switching things around. And you know what that makes you look like? It makes you look like a liar, a complete liar. And it's wearing thin on people. You understand? It's wearing real thin on people. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of the manipulation. And I am tired of watching you get on camera and use the topics of DV and essay and exploiting the shit out of them for your own monetary gain. And while we're here, I'm also sick to death of you monetizing your eating problem when you should be seeking counseling and therapy for that. You are coming on your channel and monetizing self-harm content. Don't know why YouTube is allowing that crap, but they do. But that's what your channel is about, self-harm content. Coming on camera, screwed up on edibles, telling people I took 1,000 milligrams. Nobody needs that much. I took 1,000 milligrams of edibles because I'm beezing. Here, I got an eating problem. but let me just go on a binge on camera. That's okay, right? Monetizing your eating problem, getting effed up on chemicals, that's okay? No, no, ma'am, it's not okay. Driving while intoxicated, not okay. Driving while angry to the point where you could have a serious car wreck, not okay. No, self-harm content. It should not be okay with YouTube. But for some reason, they're okay with it. I will stand by this. I will die on the hill with this. I think there might be someone who's a beezer working for YouTube, and there's somebody at YouTube protecting your ass. And that's why your channel is safe. And that's why you and Natter feel completely safe to come on camera and act the way you do with no fear. You got a connection somewhere. Somebody's protecting you and saying, go ahead, act the fool on camera. We won't cancel you. No matter how many reports we get, we won't cancel you. That's why you act the way you do. That's why he acts the way he does. And he gets on his stream showing himself taking his clothes off and things happening on live stream that really shouldn't be happening. Things really meant for an adult forum. There's some corrupt bullshit going on.
I'm tired of it. Mandy doesn't fathom the cycle of abuse. You have no problem talking and making fun of every other cycle, right? So now this cycle doesn't exist? Why? Because it doesn't fit your fucking stupid article narrative, right? Meg, honestly, I don't remember the exact timeline of everything, how it went down, how I introduced him. I was just honestly going through it and live streaming it. That's why. When you're asking me for little details and then pitting them against me because I don't get them right, sorry, I was fucking emotionally distressed at the time, Meg. Are you saying that I wasn't in an abusive relationship? I don't know what the...
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. You were never in an abusive relationship. That's what I'm saying. Fight me. Come on, fight me, Chantal. I'm someone who has been through DVNS. Say, fight me. I'm calling your ass out. You were never in an abusive relationship. You were a victim for pay, a victim for views. You'll say whatever it is you need to say to make money on your channel. That's pretty much it. You'll claim anything that you need to claim to be a victim. You're so desperate to be a victim because if you're a victim of something, then nothing's your fault, right? There's no accountability here, no responsibility here. It's all, I'm a victim. It's somebody else's fault. I am not to blame. You were never a victim. You were always making the choice to be around Natter, spend time around Natter, spend money around Natter. You did that. And all those many times that we heard you say he did this and he did that, you could have put a stop to it. You didn't. You didn't. So if something bad happens and then you complain about it, you say this was terrible, and then you make the choice to go back to the person that did those horrible things. At that point, are you a victim? No, because you know how bad they are. You know that they're a hurtful person, and you make the choice to go back. You make the choice to go back. You can't claim victim if you know how a person is, you know what they're going to do, and you choose to go back. Sorry, doesn't work that way.
The fuck you're trying to say. But you're fucking annoying with your fucking packing tips. Okay? Jesus. My God. Like, I don't get it. You guys people are screaming at me the whole fucking year. He's abusive. He's a piece of shit. Finally, I fucking see it. And now it's, oh no, you're a fucking liar. You weren't in an abusive relationship. Even though you fucking seen video evidence. Everything I fucking said he did to Dee Dee on camera. And you all seen that to fucking prove what he did. Prepare for the fashion show. Yeah, I will. I don't even know what you're talking about, Meg, so I'm just going to ignore you. Okay? That's all I know. All I know is I met this guy. I fucking was honest from day one about what he did to me. And the only things I were dishonest about was once in a while not seeing, lying about having seen him. Big fucking deal. So no, everyone else is lying when they say that I was going to Montreal to do coke, blah blah blah. No, I didn't. She had no idea he was as bad as he turned out to be. Even if I did, I'm not responsible for shit. Even if I did know he was bad. Like, yeah, at some point, like, even then, even paper clips, even then, when you're being Meg, how about you put down your how to be an assistant tips and pick up a fucking abuse cycle 101 book. How about that? How about Meg, you put down the I need to be an assistant and a savior and help you pack and clean and figure out what the fuck an abuse cycle is. How about that? How about that would suit you very better. You have so many tips on how I can improve my life. This is how you can improve yours. Learn what abusive relationships are. How about
You know what, Chantal? Since you're over here yelling and screaming about abuse, let me just do this for you. Hold up. So, hold on a minute. Okay. Since you want to go there, Chantal, since you want to go all the way there, something I want to point out to everybody. Okay? So, I've been saying for a minute that the people that are on Chantal's side of the fence, the VIBs, they are involved in an abusive relationship with Chantal and don't even realize it. You know, she's over there yelling and screaming about Natter and how she's been abused, but she has gone on record as saying that she is an abusive person. She has said that she's verbally abusive. She said that more than once. So I just pulled this up real quick. So this is different things that happen in an abusive relationship. Let's see, let's see how many of these Chantal has done to her own audience. Humiliation, insulting, criticizing, name calling, embarrassing the other person in public, belittling their accomplishments, posting unflattering photos or videos of them on social media. Yeah, she's done this to her VIBs. She'll go after her own VIBs. She'll make live streams going after her own VIBs. Been there, done that, Chantal. Been there and done this more than once. You'll call people out in your own VIB chat if they disagree with you, using the fact that you have a public platform and you've got an audience to belittle or embarrass somebody. Let's see, control, acting jealous and possessive, monitoring the other person's behavior, reading their texts and emails, demanding all their time and attention, pressuring them to use drugs or alcohol, using social media to track their activities, trying to control who they follow on social media. She did this too. She gets upset if she finds out that her beezers go over to the reaction channels, does she not? Controlling. She wants the beezers to stay on her channel and talk to her and go nowhere else. They're not allowed to go on other channels. Controlling where they go. Let's see. Next, blaming and gaslighting, accusing the other person of cheating, denying abusive behavior, or blaming it on the victim, claiming their problems are the other person's fault. So Chantal's done this too. She's gotten on her live streams and said, hold me accountable. I want you guys to hold me accountable, right? She's done that. And then when somebody holds her accountable, she goes off on them. She goes completely off on them. Neglect and isolation, refusing to communicate, turning other people against the victim, withholding affection, preventing the other person from seeing friends or family. So Chantal's kind of done this too. She's always threatening her beezers. Oh, I'm going to leave YouTube. You know, I'm done with YouTube. I want to leave. And yet she doesn't seem to leave. What else we got here? Let's go down. Signs of an abusive relationship. You don't feel free to make your own choices. This is Chantal telling the beezers, you got to stay on my channel. You can't go nowhere else. You're always apologizing. How many beezers have we seen come back into her chat and say, I'm sorry, Chantal, I made you mad, Chantal. She's the abusive person on her channel. And yet her beezers come back and apologize to her. And see, you don't talk about relationship with family or friends. Your partner love bombs you. Oh, here's another one. She was doing this recently. The whole love bombing thing. She'll sit there and go off on the VI beezers repeatedly for days, raging at them. And then a day after that, when she knows that she's pissed a lot of people off, oh, I really love you guys. I love you so much. You all matter to me. Love bombing. Love bombing. You know, she's getting everybody comfortable and getting them to where they forgive her for her bad behavior. And then she starts the raging all over again. You feel like everything that's wrong with the relationship is your fault. Yeah, like she's the one on her channel acting badly, acting the fool. But if anybody calls her out, they're in the wrong. She'll turn around and flip it around on you. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Your disagreements turn into screaming fights. Yeah, this is her chat. If anybody points out the things she's doing wrong, it will turn into a screaming match. You never know which version of your partner you're going to get. Yeah. 1 minute she's nice, the next minute she's nasty. It all depends on her mood. You know, you VIBs cannot tell me that you're in VIB chat and there are not moments where you feel like you're walking on eggshells. Like if you know she's getting in a mood and she's getting wound up, you know you're walking on eggshells. You know she's going to get in that block and ban mood, and you don't want her to look at you and block and ban you, so you're very careful with the things you say. Correct? Yes. Yes. You can't say what you want to say to Chantal, especially when she's in that ragey mood. You got to be careful. So her anger, her moods intimidate you. You are not free to say what you want to say to Chantal. It's all based on her moods. And all of you over there are kissing her ass because you're afraid of her rage. You get shut down when you try to communicate. Oh, there you go. Chantal says things. You try to communicate. She'll shut you down if you're saying something she doesn't want to hear. You've lost confidence in your own perspective. You've forgotten what you used to be like before the relationship. Yeah. Hey, VIBs. Those of you that have been around for a while, and there's not many of you guys left from the old days. A lot of people got into Chantal back 4 or 5 years ago when she started her channel because she was a different person. And a lot of people have said the same thing. They miss the old Foodie Beauty. The one that before she got monetized. Now she's completely obsessed with money. She's become a caricature of herself, an over-exaggerated caricature of herself. The version of her that's obsessed with money and indulging her impulses. So she's not an abusive person. She is. And guess what, VIBs? You are involved in an abusive relationship with this woman, whether you realize it or not. 1 minute she's love bombing you. The next minute she's being rude to you and going off on you if you dare to disagree with her. She uses intimidation and bullying and manipulation to keep you all guessing about what's happening next.
That before coming for me when I'm super emotional. Thank you. I'm a fucking human being. I went through something extremely traumatic, and the fact that I sit here and declare that I've been through something traumatic and want to talk about it gets used against me and invalidated just because I want to talk about it. Like, it's so stupid. I'm mad because people are accusing me, taking something that was extremely traumatic for me and trying to accuse me of something I was the victim of and trying to villainize me with it just to piss me off.
You know, I love the language that you're using, Foodie. I love the language that you're using, the descriptive language of this was so traumatic for me. Look, I don't know what happened between you and Natter, but I would think that something that was traumatic, which that's a very powerful word, traumatic. It means trauma. Trauma is something severe, something painful. So if it was traumatic, as you say, what the F are you doing buying his groceries? What's that about? I would think something that's traumatic, that triggers such negative emotion and feeling, you'd want to stay away from the person or the place that caused it. But there you are buying his groceries, and there you are sending him messages. So, how traumatic was it really?
That's what it is. Make a video for Mandy. Don't go to Cuba on paying members, please. What? What are you talking about? Any of your tips and tricks would piss her off. It's not fact. Yes, it is villainization. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Your comment shouldn't even be made. Who cares? Like, it shouldn't even be even brought up how he made a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you make stupid comments like that and take the focus off of other things and put them on stupid menial shit, like the fact that his fucking victimized girlfriend at the time helped him make a YouTube channel, you detract from the important fucking issue at hand. You don't like me? Oh well. You are still, same thing with Monty. Now all these women are coming and saying Monty's another natter. Purple glitter. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, purple glitter, okay? You didn't even meet Monty in person. And now it's fucking bullshit. I'm tired of clout chasers. I'm tired of all these fucking people, Jessica Messica, trying to use the word bees. Don't use my fucking term beezer, okay? And try to be a beezer and try to get in my good graces and try to come around the community. When you saw me freaking out about how fucking piece of shit Natter was, and you still send him porn videos and just for fucking clout chasing. I hate all of you. You're all disgusting. All of you. There. That's how I felt about everything. Fuck. You're all dumb. You're all worse than me. All of you who have done nothing but shit on me forever. Even push me to the edge. Here you have it. You're all worse than me, and you've all been proven to be worse than me. Where's garlic bread, you fucking hypocrite? Where's your channel now, asshole? You're a fucking weirdo. You got outed for being a weirdo. You're all weird. There you go. See? Now Meg's gonna go off, or even more. Jesus. No, that's not true, Meg. See, you're invalidating my feelings again. You're claiming that how I'm feeling is not valid. Like these people that you're fucking gaslighting. You're a fucking gaslighting piece of shit.
Anybody want to tell her? Anybody want to put the mirror in front of her face when she says that? I mean, because I'm looking at the biggest gaslighter on YouTube. The biggest, most manipulating one. Right here. This face right here.
You are. You're invalidating my fucking feelings. You are saying that what these people are saying is not true. You're basically saying that those comments were not made and I don't have a right to feel a certain way about them.
So this super chat, V says the reporter said she attempted to contact, but you were live. It's in the article. Probably need to check your email. Yeah, I did see something on Twitter where this reporter was trying to contact people that she was talking about in the article, and she gave the people that she contacted till a certain time. So I guess Chantal was just too important to reach back.
I don't care if people unsubscribe, Chip. I'm tired of people being fake supporters too. I'm tired of being fake supporters too. If you are mad that I'm defending myself against people who fucking attack me every day or who try to invalidate my story, even though I came on here for a year, told you fucking everything that Natter did.
Okay, there's two things I'd like to say in reference to the term that she just used. She just said her story. Two things only. Her story has never been consistent. It keeps changing. She's like an author writing a book, and she'll write a chapter, and then she'll go back and erase half the chapter and try to rewrite it. But by taking her little pencil eraser and trying to rub out the original text, there's always part of the original text left behind when she tries to put the new text on top of it. So the narrative keeps blurring. Okay? Her story has never been consistent. She'll write a little bit, she'll retract that, she'll erase it, she'll tear out a page and try to make everybody forget that she wrote that page in the first place. Her story has never been consistent. It depends on her mood and if she remembers what lies she told that day or the day before. Also, the term that she used, story. So anybody who's ever read a story, stories are mostly made up, aren't they? They could be true or not true. They could be half fiction, no fiction, partly fiction. Chantal's a liar. We know that. She's a liar. It's interesting that she uses the term story, which suggests that the things she tells us are not true. It's made up. Like she makes things up as she goes. She just whatever she thinks of that day, that becomes part of her story. So it's a story to you, Chantal. It's just something you make up as you go, but it's not your truth. See, there's a difference between story and truth. A story, it's something you make up. The truth is the truth. The truth is something you don't make up. It's just facts. So you're so busy making up a story for the sake of YouTube and making money, you don't care about the facts. You don't care about the truth, about sticking to a truth. It's about monetizing whatever it is you can to make money. And whatever that is, that becomes part of your story.
To me. And then it was proven in a video, evidence that he did the same thing to Dee Dee. And every article that talks about Nat or fucking El Shamng's abuse wants to out him and bring up and have fucking cute little fundraisers talking about DV, but completely fucking invalidate my entire story because I'm a cunt. I'm a cunt, but I'm
She said it.
Still fucking abused by him. And that made me very fucked up for that whole year. And now I'm being judged and invalidated based on what decisions I made during that year of being in a manipulative, abusive relationship with him.
Is she angry because the articles and all that have been focusing on Natter and not on her so much? Is that why she's mad? That the articles and the people that chose to spotlight Natter, is she angry because the spotlight isn't completely on her? Maybe that has something to do with her rage.
Him. Do you get it now, Meg, or do you want me to make a fucking cute little diagram that you learned on Etsy? I can make one too. All right? That's why I'm fucking pissed. All right? That's why I'm pissed right now.
Okay. Y'all, I just showed you. I literally just showed you what she does to her VIBzers and how they're involved in an abusive relationship with Chantal. Here she is going off on one of her VIBs because look, this is VIB chat. Meg is a VIB. So she's going after Meg, one of her own Beezers. Let's go back over here. Let's see. What did I say? What the article say? Da 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 da. Humiliation, insulting, criticizing, name calling, embarrassing the other person in public. And she's doing that right now. Right now. To her own VIBs. She said that she's abusive. Here she is right now doing it to the people that are paying her $5 to talk to her.
Okay. Thank you. I don't give a shit.
So this person says, you're really being awful to Meg. Yep, that Chip Skip said that. Size Queen says, I think you and Meg are having a misunderstanding and this has gotten out of hand. But this is the way she treats her VIBs. This is how she treats people. She doesn't look at people as people. She looks at them as name on a screen giving her money. You're not people to Chantal. You never will be. You're just pockets with money in them. You're ATMs that give her money. She doesn't look at you as people. She looks at you as just names on a screen that give her money. You're of no importance to Chantal. None at all.
Stick to your art. Stop mentioning these no names. He gave serious abuse to Dee Dee. What is serious abuse? I fucking hope you don't have kids because you are the most dumbest person I ever met in my life. Oh, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, right? But listen to this comment. He gave serious abuse to Dee Dee? What the fuck is serious versus non-serious abuse, dipshit? Abuse is abuse. The same fucking abuse you've seen him do to her, he did to me, asshole. You just didn't see it on camera. But I talked about it right after it fucking happened. Yes, I did. I came in on Livestream and talked about it. I talked about it on Livestream. Thank you.
You see what she just did? So somebody made a comment about Dee Dee's abuse, and she's angry because she wants to put the spotlight back on her. Oh, you guys are talking about Dee Dee's abuse? What about me? What about my abuse just because it wasn't on camera? See what she did? Let's put the spotlight back on me because I'm the important one.
God. All abuse, like people are so, this is what I mean. I cannot recover from this and have dumb, idiotic articles like this being written. I will go to my own news source, an actual fucking news source, and write about this story. How about that? How about people pretending to know what fucking happened to me? What happened through this whole thing? Instead of filling in the blanks with your speculations and misjudgments and biases against me.
Where was our bias? Chantal, you would get on live stream for hours every day and say in great detail what allegedly happened to you. And I've said this before, and I'm sorry to anybody who's heard it before, and I'm repeating myself. I will die on the hill with this. I don't think she's been abused. I really don't. Because of the things that have happened on her channel and with her, that it looks weird. Okay, it doesn't look right. Does it smell right? She claims to be a victim of SA and DV, but yet she can come on her stream and talk with no problem about the abuse with a room full of strangers. You've been through DV, you can't do that. And then she's going to run back and forth to that person. Again, no problem, no fear. All these charges of abuse, SA and DV, and yet, after alleging all of these things that happened, she has no fear of going to a motel or hotel room and spending time alone with that person. I'm sorry, if you've been through DV and SA, you will be alone with your abuser. Are you fucking kidding me? And you're not going to buy them groceries, and you're not going to send them texts, and you're not going to care if they're not eating that week. She cares about all that stuff. Here, I want to spend time with my abuser in a hotel room. I want to buy them care packages. I want to make sure they get fed this week. Why? He's an abusive person, right? Why do you care about the person who abused you? Why are you concerned for their welfare unless everything you said was a lie? And that's why you have no fear of Natter. And that's why you keep contacting him and pursuing him. See, that narrative makes sense to me. If nothing happened, if there was no abuse, That would make sense why you have no fear of Natter, and that's why you keep running back and forth and setting up motel and hotel rooms and running off to see him in secret and buying him groceries. That narrative makes sense. But sitting here saying DV and SA against this man, and then later on having no fear and continuing to talk to him and buying him groceries, that narrative makes no fucking sense.
Abuse is abuse. Emotional abuse is often worse than physical. Yep. Exactly. It's not relevant to what he did, but it was relevant enough, Meg, for her to make it a bold headliner in her article. Nobody would know about Nader if it weren't for another YouTuber. It was a whole fucking section of her article, you dipshit. So, yes, it was big enough and important enough, okay? So, there you go. Oh my god, people are so stupid. Percent not at fault for in any way. So it's just never going to happen. And if you think that way, you are a victim shaming. You never ask somebody who's been abused by somebody to apologize. Are you kidding? Are you
Here we go. And another VIB is getting attacked. So Chip Skip, I guess he said something. Well, what else did he say? This person's talking to a person named Corgi, but we aren't allowed to talk about that. See, intimidation in our own chat. This is what you pay. People are paying $5 for, to be intimidated to where you can't even speak in chat when she's mad. Okay.
fucking dumb? You don't own this one, honey. Well, Jenny, you're the only person who doesn't think so. And I just want to fucking keep blocking these people. I'm tired of these fucking people. They brush over how he treated you, but scream about how dangerous he is on the internet. I hate people. They brush over how he treated you, but scream about how dangerous he is on the internet. They don't even talk about how he abused me. They talk about how they act like I'm an obsessed girlfriend. Like that's what they treat me as.
You are an obsessed girlfriend. Actually, I take that back. You're not an obsessed girlfriend. You're an obsessed wannabe girlfriend. You wanted him to be your boyfriend, but you guys were never in an actual relationship. You know what? I correct myself. Let me just put a correction out there. Nader did say that he and Foodie were involved for exactly 1 week. So 1 week out of over a year and a half of this crap. 1 week. 1 week. But you were never his serious girlfriend. You were just a cash cow that he milked for money. That's it.
And they blame me for him being on YouTube. They act like, oh, the only fucking reason that he's on here is because of this annoying YouTuber, Foodie Beauty. That's the fucking attitude I have with you. Because whether I'm an annoying YouTuber, yeah, I get high and I'm fucking weird and I fart and all this and that, but I still was abused by him and didn't fucking deserve it. So the lack of acknowledgement on anything, you're basically saying that I'm the only person abused by Nader who deserves it is what I'm basically is wow I feel because I'm a YouTuber and because now he's on YouTube because of that. Like, are you fucking serious? You also realize that you would not be writing that article about him because you wouldn't know fuck all about him. You realize that, right? Oh no, I'm gonna start having cowlicks and messy hair and look like a crazy woman. Kels B, welcome to our recipes. Ready, set, read, bees, Kels. Hey, Kels, welcome back, Kels. So you've been in an abusive relationship. That's real nice, Meg. That's real nice. I love your lack of understanding in that. Hi, Diego. He'll die down eventually. That would really destroy my feelings. I couldn't imagine being not acknowledged for my abuse. The articles don't even say, they basically don't even acknowledge me at all, other than being. And who the fuck are these people? These people had no idea what went on. These people basically just. Exactly. These assholes just fucking downplay everything, you know?
I honestly, like I said earlier, I think that Chantal is mad because she can't control the narrative everywhere. She wants to control it and she wants to make money off of it. If somebody is talking about her on another forum that she can't control, that she has no influence on, it pisses her off.
Yeah, I don't even bring him up anymore. People bring him up, not me.
You're talking about him right now.
You're not being demonized, you're human, and so is everyone else who's acting holier than other absolute hypocrites. They are. Thanks, Lulu. Anyway, for YouTube drama. Mandy ignores that. Mandy just says, oh, this man in the video is screaming his current girlfriend. He also screamed that he wanted to kill his ex-girlfriend, the one that you have to write a whole section on that I gave him a YouTube channel, you dumb bitch.
So, Chantal, are you mad at this person, Mandy, because she hasn't dived down into the Chantal rabbit hole of all the mess over the past year? Maybe she knows a limited amount of information, because that's a deep, dark, wide rabbit hole. A lot of things have happened over the past year. It would take a lot to catch up to every single freaking thing. You mad at her for not like going over every detail? There's only so much you can cover in a day.
Fuck. So, no, I hope they don't take your article seriously. I hope you can shove your article right up your fucking little journalist wannabe ass and go run on down the fucking rainbow with fucking Repzion. How about that?
Yeah, speaking of Mandy, what did she have to say? All right, let's go to her Twitter. This is Mandy. This is her Twitter. Let's see. This is her. Uh, she was reaching out to YouTube. There she is, and she did a reply. I'll get to that later. I can't find it right now. But raging at Mandy for just writing an article because again, it's a narrative she cannot control.
Thank you. They're writing articles to get him off YouTube. The fact that you are one of his victims is more reason for him to get him deplatformed. Hmm. Anyways, so much hypocrisy. Yes, absolutely, Moonlight. It's insane. Hi, Pocket Girl. It's not fair. It's not fair for me. And I'm like, again, right? If it weren't for me, you wouldn't know about him. I hope the article gets Nada removed from YouTube. Yes, yes. Well, it probably won't. But we can hope. That wasn't my issue, Accountable Beauty. My issue with it was what I just ranted about, which apparently you don't care about either.
See, being a real B to her VIBzers.
Yeah, I buy his groceries. These
You
people
do.
are like bed bugs. I know.
Canadian Eagle says YouTube won't even remove him. They don't care. Did you guys notice he's been MIA since the Repzion video came out? Yeah, I've noticed. I've noticed that he's been MIA. And I honestly think that he and Dee are over there trying to plan how to come back and spin some kind of lie and make it believable. That's what I think. Natter he loves attention. Okay, he's a narcissist. He loves attention. So why is he being so quiet? Maybe it's because of all the unwanted media attention that has been going on. I mean, this has been building up for a while. See, he screwed up. He was on his channel And he and Didi were throwing those strikes at everybody, 137 strikes to like almost 40 channels, which caused an outrage. And then him doing the most on his channel and doing things like pulling down his shorts, and Didi doing a sexual act on camera, which got reported by a lot of people. But because of the loophole in YouTube's system where, hey, if the offense is not on a video, well, then, we're not going to do anything. Because of that loophole that Chantal and Natter have been exploiting for months, YouTube is going to throw up their hands and go, well, we're not going to do anything. So that's caused a bit of an uproar because it's becoming more noticeable that the rules aren't for everybody, that YouTube is playing favorites here and there with certain people and overlooking things with certain people that they really shouldn't overlook, that the TOS is just on paper. They don't really mean it. Yeah. So there's a lot of corrupt shit going on. And a lot of people are taking notice of it. Outside influence, if you will, other forums, magazines, news articles. Has this ever happened with YouTube? I don't know if it ever has, but it's blowing up right now. And Chantal's mad because she can't control the narrative everywhere. And if somebody speaks out on another type of forum, she can't punish them. She can't throw a copyright strike and make them be quiet. She can't take their channel away. She can't do it. She's lost control. The fun little game of lying and putting her narrative out there and making money off the lies, the game isn't fun anymore, is it, Chantal? Because you can't control it.
Randy said he had a little ding dong. Tells you are giving Pete's for the cleanup of the old. No, it's that when I'm mentioned, I'm being blamed for him being on YouTube. That's what my fucking problem is, you stupid dipshit. Oh my god, you're so fucking annoying. You're like that fucking cult Meg from. You're like, you know who Meg reminds me of? Can we shit talk Meg? Because she fucking gets on my nerves.
So there she is, humiliating and embarrassing her own VIBs. Going after Meg. Look, I'm not a fan of VIBs. I got issue with them. I really do. Because they're enablers. I'm sorry, VIBs, that's the truth. You are enablers. You're over there giving money to somebody who is an active, out of control addict. You're paying for that shit. You're supporting that shit. What's wrong with you? Seriously, like, would you walk up to somebody who has an addiction to cola and give them money for cola? Because that's what you're doing. You are supporting an addict. You're supporting self-harm content. She gets on camera and she hurts herself. You're supporting that shit. You started off as members on her channel, and you would continue to be members if she weren't an addict, if she weren't doing the self-harm content. That is the difference. You're supporting the addictions. You're supporting the addict. You are enabling it. I don't care if you like her personality. You can like the personality. You can like her without enabling the self-harm, but you do. But here's Chantal going off on one of her VIBs. Abusive relationship. That's what this is. Everybody over there. You are involved in an abusive relationship with Foodie Beauty. Whether you realize it or not, whether you think of it or not, you are. She's an abusive person. She's verbally abusive. She said so. I believe her. I believe she was telling the truth there. And she's doing it here in this live stream. She's proving the point for me.
Who can? Oh my god. Breathe. Poor Meg. Not poor Meg. Meg was annoying. Maybe some deep breaths and farting. Meg, go blog your cleaning tips. That would be a better use of your time. Yes. Go.
So humiliating her for having cleaning tips, for having a channel with cleaning tips, this is what you do. Ridiculing one of your VIPs for their content. Have you looked at your content lately, Chantal? All you do is get high and eat and binge and be dirty.
Do a fucking live stream about how you clean your perfect house. God.
Only Chantal would look at somebody cleaning their house as being a reason to humiliate them.
Yeah, we pumpkin spice these.
This right here, VIP Pleasant says, message or talking to Meg, you've got to learn where the boundary is before getting blocked. She'll cool down. You'll be able to chat tomorrow. So this is how bad her temper is. This is the intimidation, the bullying. When people that are around you that want to talk to you, when they're basically walking on eggshells around your temper. And you people put up with this?
Oh my god. Am I the only one getting shit for it? Doesn't make any fucking sense. What the fuck? I didn't even know he was talking to these fucking old, gross women showing their tits on fucking Messenger. Did I know he was talking to Desperate Jessica? No. Did I know he was talking to Desperate Jennifer? No. Did Dee Dee? Yes. But the articles wanted fucking sob story Dee Dee.
Hold on, Chantal. Hold on. How many times did we hear you complain about him talking to women on his phone? You would catch him talking to women on his phone, and yet you continued to see him. And I do remember the reaction channels catching him on different single sites, and you still continued to see him. So you knew he was actively talking to women behind your back. You got told early. You continued to see him.
Do you see do you see why I'm fucking pissed off? Now do you maybe get it a little bit? Oh my god, people are like, I don't understand how people do not see it. I just don't. And that's what drives me nuts. Is because of the SBL video, which, so the people writing the articles are so intelligent to write an article, but they're not intelligent enough to make sense of what's actually happening? Oh, okay. That's proof right there. Yes.
Let's skip ahead.
Roxanne talks with too much spit in his mouth. He does. The journalist. Let's not call it a journalist.
Why not? She worked for the Washington Post. I mean, that's no, side of the street newspaper. The Washington Post is a well-known newspaper, Chantal. I would consider that person a journalist.
A journalist. A fucking victim shamer. That's what it is. Not a journalist.
You victim shaming. Shaming May, shaming Dee Dee, victim shaming. You victim shaming. You.
Victim shamer. Journalist, my fucking ass. Victim shaming. I'll be bringing her journalist article to a real journalist. Don't worry. Actually, any journalist watching, actual journalist watching, want to write an article on it, I will give you everything you want to know. Good writers, literally barely high school level writing. All period anymore, like at all. I'm not talking.
Interesting comment. Big Gun says, I guess talking about Natter, you didn't know he was meeting with a fan because you were live that night in your kitchen and saying he was meeting with someone and you were mad about it. So was this the night that he was meeting up with going to see May? She was claiming she didn't know anything about it.
About anything in the situation. If you want to be a fucking asshole, block, goodbye. I'm tired of this fuck.
And she doesn't reply to that super chat, by the way. She just glosses over it.
And shit. And I haven't even fucking mentioned him. Like, God. Being abused? No, there's no criticism. Sorry. I'm not getting a hold of, no, I'm not getting a hold of anybody. I'm not saying any piece. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't fucking have to. Fucking change your opinion. What does that change?
Oh, here we go. Cougarelli says she reached out for comments, but you didn't respond. So this reporter, Mandy, she was trying to get Chantal's side of the story. But Chantal just felt too important that she didn't reach back for comment. She had a chance to give her side. She chose not to. And now she's raging at Mandy for writing the article. So Mandy reached out to you to get your comments, Chantal, but you didn't give any back.
Nothing. Doesn't change anything. Another one who can't fucking connect the dots. Right? If I broke terms of service, yeah, I know people report me every day. So where's my terms of service breaking? Side pony is sniping on Twitch. Oh, sniping on Twitch. What, you're scared I'm gonna fucking strike you because I am gonna strike you? Another obsessed loser. Do you not have a life of your own, FFG? You have nothing better to do? Do you realize you're worse than me? You're more vile than me. And that's why you...
No, nobody's more vile than you, Chantal. You take the cake on that when you are in a class all by yourself.
You hate me. You're jealous. You've been in this a whole year.
Everybody's jealous of you, Chantal. According to you, 90% of the people on YouTube don't look as good as you, and we're all jealous of you. That's your default, isn't it? That's your safe space. Oh, everybody's jealous of me. That's your defense. That's your defensive wall. The things they're saying, they're not relevant. They're not true. They're just jealous. They're reacting out of jealousy. Nobody, ma'am, is jealous of you. There's not a single element of your life that we are jealous of. We look at you, we watch you. There's absolutely nothing about your life or you that inspires envy. Nothing at all. Nothing.
Fucking shaming me from day one, being a bully piece of shit, and now you want to meddle because you were right about Natter? So were a lot of people. So why are you getting the credit for it? You were nothing but a horrible piece of crap. And you'll never get in my good graces, no matter how much you're a fan of me. Because let's face it, at this point, that's what you are. Never. Same thing with Jessica. Never in my good graces. None of you.
You act like these people want to be in your good graces. Trust me, they're not interested in being in your good graces. You're acting like these people are wanting to come forward and be in your good graces. We don't care.
None of you. I don't take shit back. I throw trash and it stays in the trash. All right?
Unless you sleep with it.
Thank you. I don't need you. I never needed you. You need me.
No, we don't.
Because you cannot make a channel about your own life. You cannot do anything. You need to be a piece of shit, vile bully to make a living. Let that sink in for yourself.
Pot, meat kettle. You're over there saying that we've got to, some people's got to be bullies to be on YouTube. Meanwhile, you're a bully, Chantal. You're a huge bully. I sat just this one live stream, man, this one live stream. This one right here. You on your live stream bullying your own VIBs, trying to humiliate your own VIBs. Just this one live stream, no other. And you have the nerve to yell and scream and call someone else a bully, saying they're the biggest bully, when you're sitting here, laying in your bed, being a vile bully to people in your chat.
They are the worst out of everyone, Laura, and they act like they're not. And people eat it up. Throw FFG in the blue pot. I heard she wrote about the vomit vent. Why is that relevant when it comes to fucking Natter? You're acting like...
Melly B says, I didn't say anything. Even if I did, it wasn't that bad. Even if it was, it's not a big deal. Even if it is, you deserved it. Sound familiar? Sociopath? Yeah, that's Chantal. You know, like her always mitigating the truth to where she always stays in the right.
Nader El Shami was a byproduct of my messiness on YouTube. That's what you're acting like. Are you fucking serious?
No. Let's correct that. Nader El Shami was a result of you making bad choices, hanging out with bad people, and being greedy and wanting to use that person and make money, and also wanting to control that person and push and pressure that person into a relationship with you. You're acting like a spider, spinning a web over there, trying to catch him and snare him in it, doing everything in your power to wrap your silk around him to where he couldn't run away. Let me just, you know, spin the web around Natter. Let me set out the honey trap. Oh, here's some food, Natter. Here, let me pay your bills. Let me pay your rent. Here, let me be Miss Helpful and set you up with a channel. Let me do some videos for you. You weren't doing those things out of a generous heart. You were basically doing manipulation and controlling. That's what you were doing, spinning your little web around Natter.
Are you fucking serious? What? My messiness on YouTube doesn't even matter in this case, because if it was about DV, like you're so concerned about, same thing with Sam's Bar Lounge. Fake fucking bullshit. Not concerned about the DV at all, because if you were... Oh, anyway. I don't get it. She's getting her information from reaction channels. So then she's not a journalist.
Well, she can't really get the information from you because A, you're not answering your emails, you dope. 2, half the stuff on your channel gets deleted. The reaction channels have more information and more videos than you got. Half the stuff that's on your channel that's incriminating, you get rid of because you don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So yeah, she would go to the reaction channels for the information. They got most of it. You're very biased with your channel. Oh, let me just keep stuff on my channel that doesn't make me look bad.
And she needs to go to school before talking about something so serious like domestic violence. How about you go to school and learn how to be objective, you stupid idiot? How about you learn the first fucking thing, H? I was dabbling in journalism before I decided on English. The first thing you learn is objectivity in research. Are you kidding? She's not fucking ass. I should go broke and homeless suing everybody because it's the principle.
Girl, you don't have to sue anybody to go broke. You're already there. You know, you're over there. I haven't covered your live streams for today yet. But from what I've heard, in order for you to get into the place that you're trying to get into, you had to have help. You, Miss, I'm making 10 grand a month on YouTube. You had to go and get help from another person. Isn't that something? You, the same person that you were taking out payday loans because you would run out of money before payday, way before. You borrow money from family. You. Okay, so you're over there acting like you're going to sue everybody on YouTube. Girl, you don't have the money to do that. You were over there selling your TV for whatever. Stop. You don't have the funds to sue anybody.
Fuck. I would sue you if I could afford it, okay?
But you can't.
People trying to drag me in their drama too. People who need drama for their channels, just like the sniper on Twitch right now. You have nothing without my content and my raging. That's why. You need to get a life and start streaming about yourself. I'm tired of people trying to drag me into drama, making shit up, or just fucking whatever, just because you have no content of your own. You are a bunch of idiots. And T channels trying to invalidate my story, actually. It's not going to happen. You fucked with the wrong person. Falafel is a drug. It is. Because that's the problem. That's the very problem, is nobody is in my shoes.
You can't even wear your shoes.
She took haters' words for evidence proof. Surely she can be sued for libel. Sure she can, and I'm coming after her fucking article.
Why? Thinking you can get some money off of that? You won't.
Guaranteed. Mandy, watch out. But you're right, Jack. If like that's like I'm a journalist in my own mind, zero credibility. People's opinions. I'm not allowed to have my own about everything that's going on around me. Like, I hate that people are going to act like this entire fucking community wasn't built up around everything that fucking happened to me. I hate that shit. Are you fucking serious? Just because you don't like me. I don't care. You don't have to like me. But right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, what you're doing on YouTube is wrong. What you're doing on YouTube is wrong. You know, listen, Chantal, if you want to get on your channel, if you want to burp or fart, I don't care. All right? And if you want to turn off the camera and get as high as a kite, don't care. It's what you do on camera that matters. What you put out in front of the public that matters. Being so greened out that you can't even talk, shouldn't be doing that on YouTube. Driving while intoxicated, doing dangerous, distracted driving, shouldn't be doing that either. Okay? Exploiting DV and SA for money, shouldn't be doing that. Exploiting your eating problem, shouldn't be doing that. Doing self-harm content, period, shouldn't be allowed by YouTube. You want to turn the camera off and do whatever, and none of us are watching? Okay, all right. But the moment you get on YouTube, I feel you should abide by the terms of service as much as everybody else. And YouTube, if they're going to put the rules out there and expect just one person to follow it, then we should all follow it. The playing field should be even. It shouldn't be about certain people are the favorites and certain people aren't. And clearly, they're playing favorites for whatever reason. They're playing favorites. And you know they are, and Natter knows they are, and that's why the two of you get on camera and do things where you're breaking the rules, and you do it because you know that you're not going to get canceled, that your channels are not going to be taken away. And if you guys want my honest opinion about why that is, I'll give you my theory. I think that Chantal knows someone at YouTube. Maybe that person is a bit of a beezer. I don't know who, but clearly she feels comfortable enough to come on her camera and break the rules with no fear. But if YouTube is protecting her and not canceling her channel, maybe the reason why they're not getting rid of Natter's channels is because they know that Natter is connected to Chantal. Maybe Chantal has told them that, hey, he's with me, don't touch his channels. And so they leave his channels alone. Hence why he gets on his channels and breaks the rules with no fear. That's just a theory. What do y'all think? Tell me in the comments.
And I let you into my life, but at the end of the day, again, it's still my life. I still need the freedom to be able to pick and choose how I want to live it. Educated counsel? What is that, Missy Moo? Meg is kind of like Vegas doll. No. Invisible Tiffany ring. And anyone can try to speculate, make 5 panels of 500 people and try to speculate.
Okay, you know what? She's still gonna rage. This is a really long react. Sorry, guys. This was a rager, so we went a bit longer. So let's go on to the comments. Ginger Smurf says, just so I'm clear on the rules, it's fine and dandy to poke fun at May and Dee Dee for the abuse they've gone through at the hands of that thing. But if anyone mentions that you, for whatever reason, set up his channel, and since you're already established community to go join, that's victim shaming? Yeah, because they're just stating facts. She did set him up on a channel. She did create the channel. She urged her community to go over and join to him. That's a reason for her to blow her top. Danish Diabro says, in 1997, I guess you're talking about Mandy, she received her bachelor's degree in journalism from Northwestern University. She's been published in the Washington Post, the New Yorker, the New York Times, etc., etc. Wow, impressive resume, Mandy. Write your article, Chantal, and try to get it published. Go ahead. Well, it looks like Mandy's coming to the table with some impressive resume. I will give her that. Danielle says, just because you were abused, it doesn't excuse anything you might have done. Yes, you were being abused, but you have to own your part. You still did it. It doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. Just own it, and all of this will end. Can you look inwardly? You have to give respect to get it. And Chantal, you seem to respect no one. She will never look inward. She will never take accountability for anything she said or done. There's no accountability for anything. It's her just pointing a finger at other people. Alley Cat says, you brought Natter to YouTube. Facts. It's stated by you in a video by you. You said you did everything, including requesting a pin. Had you not brought him and promoted him on YouTube, he wouldn't have had been able to abuse all these women. It's not just about you. You may be included, but you were a catalyst. You introduced him. Acknowledge that simple fact and move on. Instead, you have to play this perpetual victim. No one buys it anymore. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not buying it. Let's see here. Gigi says, you would have done anything to keep nonads to yourself, including making sure he could connect to more vulnerable people. You're like the wife of that man who kidnapped J.C. Duggard. You would have stood by him till the end, and that's why you don't rank as a victim. Yeah, she knew what he was, and yet she put him in front of other women. Where's the lamb sauce? Says, there were red flags from day one. You told your audience about his behavior from day one. People warned you, yet you chose to platform that. You may not remember the timeline, but everybody else does. Yes, and the reaction channels have those videos. We document everything. Clone One says, you admitted in this video that he only made his channel because he needed to respond to you talking trash about him online. You should have just admit that you're the reason he has a YouTube channel and move on. Yeah, everybody's saying the same thing. Just admit that she did the wrong and move on. Carrie Stevens says, you got that wrong, Mantel. We do care about DV victims. We just don't care about people, you, who lie about being abused just to get in on the attention. You can protest all you like, but as you stated, you will not change our minds either. No, I don't believe her claims of abuse. I really don't. See, here's the effed up thing about Chantal. People have been through DV and SA. We start out as victims, and then we become survivors. But what happened to us? We don't draw attention to it for the sake of making money off of it. But that's what Chantal has done. Most people, a lot of people have been through DV and SA. It's something you go through. It's a hell that you go through, and then you become a survivor. But it's not about putting it out there to get attention. It's not about attention. It's just having a life experience that is horrible, and you lived through it, became a survivor of it, and if you feel comfortable with one person, you talk about it. But for Chantal, it's always been about getting attention for herself. See, that's the irony. See, those of us that have been through DV and SA, we don't want to draw attention to it. We don't use it for attention, but she does. So that points in the direction of she's a fake, phony victim, a victim for pay, a victim for views. I don't believe her. She has no fear of Natter. She keeps contacting him. She buys him groceries. She gives him money. She's run off to see him in motel and hotel rooms with no fear. She taunts her abuser, which that's another thing you don't do if you've been through DVRSA, taunting your abuser, talking about moving close to where he lives. Why would you do that if the abuse was real? I mean, I could just keep going with the things that don't look right with Chantal. That's just a short list. Batty bitch Christina says, you're blocking all very important beezers. That's not very nice, Chantal. She don't care. Nobody over there is a person to her. You're just dollar bills. And her way of thinking is, if I block some people, more people will come. None of you matter to her. None of you. So that's it for this React video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much for being here, and hope to see you at some time later. All right, take care. Bye-bye.